Welcome to Bedtime Stories by Brandon Copeland. This is the 9th episode. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a little boy who loved animals. He just loved them. He would always find bugs and beetles and snakes, and he would take care of them and keep them as pets. He once found a little bird, and he fed it mushed up worms and milk and brought it back to full growth and let it fly away. He was such a good caretaker of animals. And one day while he was walking to school, he heard a funny noise in the bush. And he went over to see what it was, and he found a baby monkey. And he couldn't believe his eyes. He thought, "Oh my gosh, where's your mother?" So he picked up the monkey. He couldn't see the mother anywhere. The monkey clinged to him like a baby monkey would. And he brought it home. And he was such a good caretaker. He covered it in blankets and gave it little sliced bananas and fruits. And he loved and loved and loved this monkey. Pretty soon he thought, I'm going to start training this monkey. I'm going to teach it to do some tricks. If it's going to be my pet, then my pet monkey is going to do tricks. So he got out a little banana-shaped cookie, and he would show this little monkey how to use a hammer. He started teaching it how to hammer a nail into a piece of wood. He thought, this is such a great thing. I'm going to teach this monkey how to hammer nails, and people will just think it's so crazy that this monkey's so smart. And then he'd hammer the nail, and then the monkey would do it, and he'd give it a little treat. And then he thought, I'm going to teach this monkey how to use a saw. So he showed him how to use the saw, and the little monkey watched and very carefully. And then the monkey got the saw and started sawing things, and the boy gave him a cookie. And sure enough, the monkey learned how to use the saw. And what most people don't know is monkeys are really wonderful builders, and they're very intelligent creatures. And so once the monkey knew how to use the hammer and nails and the saw, it started to build stuff, and the boy just couldn't contain it. So the boy went to school after the first time it taught this monkey, and he came home, and so the boy came home from school that first day, and his monkey had built a little chair, and he was like, where'd this chair come from? And the monkey kind of made some noises and pointed at it, and the boy realized, oh my gosh, did you make this chair? And he started jumping and making noise, and the boy thought, oh my heck, that's awesome. So he gave the monkey a bunch of little treats, and the next day he came home, and the monkey had built a table, and the third day the monkey built a sofa, and the boy was just like, this is insane. I can't believe this. This is wonderful. This monkey's building all kinds of stuff. Well, the boy's father was a very smart businessman. And he said, you know what, son? If one monkey can build a whole table in a day, think what 10 monkeys could do. We're going to go get ourselves some monkeys. So the father and the boy one night went to the zoo, and they decided at the zoo that we're going to get all the monkeys out of here. We're going to teach them how to build furniture. And so that's what they did. They went to the zoo with their little clippers, and they clipped the bars on the monkey cage, and they let all the monkeys out, and they had a whole trunk load of bananas in their car. And so as they drove home, they would just throw out a little batch of bananas behind the car, and this whole troop of monkeys would follow the car all the way to the house. So finally they got to the house. They had 25 monkeys, plus the monkey that the boy originally had. And when that little monkey saw all those other monkeys, it just went crazy. It was so excited to have friends. And the other monkeys saw that this little monkey was building furniture in the garage, and they thought it was just amazing. They started picking up hammers and looking at them and picking up nails and kind of inspecting, and they were very, very curious. And so the boy and the father began training all these monkeys how to use a hammer and nails. And they didn't tell them what to build. They just showed them, here's what you do. You take the hammer and you hammer the nail, and you take the saw and you cut the wood. And they left them with a bunch of supplies. And the next day, when they came home, the monkeys had built all kinds of furniture. A crib, a bed, an armoire, a table and chairs, and the workmanship was amazing. The father was just excited. He couldn't believe it. He started selling this furniture out on the street and on the internet, and just people loved it. They loved that monkeys were making this furniture, and everybody bought it because it was such good quality. But little did the father know, he was also making a terrible enemy. You see, there is another furniture maker in the same city who was using little birds to make his furniture. He built wicker furniture, and these birds would take wicker, which is like a reed, and they would weave these elaborate items of furniture. And the little wicker birds and that furniture maker did not like this monkey business cutting in on his wicker furniture. So he had to do something about it, the wicker bird furniture man. So what he ended up doing is, at the nighttime, he snuck over to the monkey garage where they were building all their furniture, and he sprinkled bird seed everywhere. And then he set his birds loose, and they flew over and ate the bird seed. And there were hundreds of these birds, hundreds of thousands. And they pooped all over everything, got it all gross and yucky. And the next morning when the monkeys came into work, they saw that there was bird poop and bird seed and feathers all over their furniture and all over the garage and all over the house. And they were like, what? Ooh, 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 ooh. And the father thought, oh my gosh, this is insane. We've got a bird problem. So you know what you do when you have a bird problem? You get some cats. And that's what he did. He went to the zoo and he got a tiger. Snuck it out. He had to tranquilize it. But he brought it home and he put this tiger on his roof where it couldn't get down. But guess what else? No more birds could come over, because if they got near that house, the tiger would eat them up. So that's how he protected his monkey furniture business. And the father got very tired of all of this work and sold the business to the local circus. And then he went to sleep. The end.